Welcome to the making of a DM, a free mentoring session on exactly what I told an individual to do to make money today. This show is going to transform many, many lives. Please pay attention. I go into great detail and massive action steps of exactly how to generate massive amounts of money quickly and then move over into business building. Enjoy the show. Keep me posted. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to another Making of the DM podcast show. That's right, you are the deal maker, dream maker of your life. I'm sitting here in beautiful Parkland, Florida, about to launch this documentary. We have thousands of people registered for April 24th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not got your free ticket, it's 100% free. I will be there live, depending when you're listening to this. You will be able to get over to dealmakerdocumentary.com. Again, that's dealmakerdocumentary.com and get your free tickets. And feel free to share with your friends and colleagues, the people that you want to crush life with. It's free. It's insightful. And like I said, we will be doing live Q&A. And if you happen to listen to this after April 24th at 7 p.m., you can still get over to Dealmaker Documentary, put your name and information in, 100% free, and I'll shoot you over the recording so you can see what's going on. It'll be amazing. A lot of cool insights, a lot of neat questions and all that stuff, and be a part of this. This is something I want to give back. I've invested a couple $100,000 in this piece, and it's been in the making for the last 3 years, so I'm just excited to get it to the world and let them kind of see behind the scenes. You kind of see my first office, where I started, kind of what my mom and dad have to say about my crazy life. As you know, I've talked about being the black sheep and, just understanding the mentality of what it takes to get to where I'm at today. And I feel like I'm just getting started. So I share 6 tenets about what I see in successful people. I've been very lucky to help a lot of successful people, and a lot of them are just getting started as well. Actually, everyone I know, we feel like we've not done anything and we're just getting started. So please get over to dealmakerdocumentary.com. It's free. Register and join us. Hopefully you can join us live. I want to talk to you guys. Let me stop for a second. I'm getting excited because I'm already I've already had my cigar for the morning. I've already had my cup of coffee and even another drink, so energy drink. So I might be talking a little fast, but they always say just listen a little faster. I appreciate all the shares and insights that people are sharing with me. You know, I get messages every day from individuals talking about how great the podcast is, how great the DM Alliance, DM family, this or that. And it inspires me. Just so you guys know, I have bad days just like you. We're no different. And when I get these messages, it's really, makes me smile, makes me realize that I'm not just talking into a microphone and nothing's happening. When I see you post a share or like a story we're talking about, or even comment, even better, it really is important. And sometimes in life, we feel like our actions aren't noticed and it's not important. But the truth is, it's very important and it's free. It literally costs you nothing to share. It costs you nothing to like. Most importantly, it costs you nothing to comment. And I see so many people, just such voyeurism changing at a very rapid pace, meaning most people look and listen, but very few people even take a basic action like. Very, very, very few actually comment. You don't have to believe me. Go to any social media channel and look at, I don't care who you follow, go to Joe Rogan or whoever and see how many likes they have versus how many comments they have versus how many shares they have. I want you to even look at your own post. When you do a post, you might get 50 likes and 2 comments. Which ones do you remember? The comments. You can do the same effect, the same thing to other people. I don't care how big they are. The more you do it, the more opportunities will come your way over time. This is a long-term play. Now, I want to share something else I personally do still, and I still do this today. And I think it would be really cool for you to do as well. I like documentation. I like to write. I write letters. I write my wife emails. I write my kids emails. I record. I emails, content, whatever, and I send it to them daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. Also, when I like someone's stuff, I recently saw this guy, this billionaire guy, and I saw him do some really cool posts on social media. I simply liked, commented on his post, and then shot him a message letting him know, keep kicking ass. I love that you're sharing the truth behind what it takes to be successful. Appreciate you. That's all I did. It's timestamped, right? It's in social media. It timestamps it. If he responds, great. If he doesn't, truth is, I've just moved on. But I like to plant these seeds. 7 days later, I got an awesome message back and appreciative, thanking me, saying, hey, if I can ever add value, let me know. Like, just very valuable. Now, listen, there's oftentimes I send these messages, I don't get a reply back. Sometimes it might be 3 years later with multiple messages, multiple likes, and multiple comments. You don't know if it's the individual that initially you don't know what they're going through in their life. Stop making it about you. I just like doing it. So if I ever run into this individual, I don't, out of the blue, maybe I'm sitting in the private FBO at the airport getting ready to jump on the jet, or I'm at a first class lounge somewhere, or just hanging out at some kind of event, and I see him. I'm like, hey, so-and-so, dude, I've messaged you. Like, there's almost like a little weird connection. And not only that, it's proof, verified proof connection. It's like, dude, you and I have talked for the last 3 years. We've never met in person, but I want you to check this out. And I show them, and they're like, oh my God, they jog their memory. And they're like, dude, it's finally nice to meet you. And then guess what happens after that? We conversate a lot more virtually. So it's like, how do you plant these seeds in social media, meet in real life, relationship capital, and connect, and then forge and deepen relationships? I've been doing this for many, 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 many years. I'm telling you, this is a massive strategy. And I wasn't doing it as a strategic move. I was doing it just because it made sense to me as a human being that loves people. To connect, document, message them, document, and right, just keep playing the game. Share their content when it hits. If I like it, I share it. If they have a podcast, if I like it, I share it. Things like I'm doing right now. Share good news. Share with good people. There's so much negativity. I had a post recently go pretty viral. It's me sitting by a pool smoking a cigar. I actually look pretty decent. I was pretty lean in that picture. For me, lean, by the way, lean for me. And you get all these haters. Dude, your triceps look like shit. Your shoulders are a joke. You need to blah, blah, blah. All this negative stuff. Could you imagine being a grown man or woman talking negative to someone but that someone's providing free value to the market? It takes a real special person to do that. Now, I don't hold any weight to it. I just think it's very interesting that I actually feel pretty bad for that individual. Because I'm like, dude, your life sucks that much. You have to comment negative on a positive post because you need so much attention because you don't know how else to get it. It's very sad, to be honest. Very, very sad. And I'm embarrassed for them. These are grown men with children. And I know they're not trying, like, I hope, for God's sakes, they're telling their kids to be the best they can be nice, be respectful, be honest, be hardworking. But then you start wondering why all these kids are terrible, dipshits, ruining, like, doing stupid stuff. And then you gotta look, you're like, wait, maybe it's not the kids' fault if they're under 18. Maybe it's the parents. And there's no maybes, it's 100% the parents. Parenting and the way these parents are acting is disgusting, to say the least. Not overall, but a lot. So remember, these posts your kids will ultimately see. These comments, I see these people talking the crazy stuff online. I'm like, you understand your children are 5 years old right now, but when they turn 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, like, this is online. They're going to see how you acted, what you're saying. Why would any human being say this out loud, let alone post it on social media for the world to see? Like, you need attention that much? Listen, there's good attention and there's bad attention. But you got to be thinking every time I do a post, every time I do a comment, every time I send an email, every time I do a message, a private message, you got to remember that's forever. I'm planting a seed. That's a documented connection. Make the most of it. Make it good. Be positive. And listen, be constructive in a positive manner, right? If it's making an impact, share it. Let them know. You guys realize, and again, look when you do a post. When you do a post, what's the first thing you do? You're looking to see if there's any comments or likes. That's what we all do, hearts or whatever, whatever. It's what everybody does. I don't care at what level. And I have forged amazing relationships with several billionaires and many hundred millionaires and many millionaires and many just everyday people by utilizing the one-to-many approach and then deep connection with the people that actually connect. So it's called connect, to create a connection, not to be a voyeur, not to just watch, not to just listen, but to actually connect. And how do you connect from afar? You connect by connecting, shooting a message, liking, commenting, being consistent with those actions to ultimately be seen, be heard, and to connect. It's real easy. So that's a little rant, but it's very valuable if you actually implement it. I want to talk about something. I just had a guy in the DM Alliance, an amazing human being, a young kid, 19 years old, 2 kids, himself, and all that stuff. Just a lot going on, right? It's hard having 2 young kids under 2 years old, let alone being 19 years old, plus building a business and growing revenue, etc. I see a lot of you that listen to my voice do a lot of the wrong things because you really just don't know what you don't know. That's not a bad thing. At least you're here. So I believe a lot of you are trying to build a business when yet you don't even know how to generate revenue. That's a big difference. And I know Priscilla and a lot of people talk like, you got to build a business, you got to do, and I agree. There's levels to this game, but level 1 is you have to make revenue. You have to make money. Making money and building a business, you have to understand what level of the game you're in today. And this individual, he's only been in, making money, i.e. saying he's in a business for a year, and he's done window washing, he's done lights, he's done pest control, he's done all these things. But I think a lot of you listen to my voice. I really want you to consider this. Right now, today, what's the outcome you want in the next 3 months? Maybe you have a lot of cash problems right now. Maybe you just need to create lots of cash. Lots of cash could mean many things. For instance, the guy I'm talking about, he needs $32,000 in the next 3 months, right? Maybe sounds like a lot or not a lot to you. I'm not here to judge the amount. I'm just sharing what he said. And I'm like, cool, what are you doing to accomplish that? And we have to start with the outcome. And then we have to ask ourselves, am I trying to build a business today or make money? I make money and build a business. You can do both. But most people are so infatuated with building a business that they forget to make money. They have the best CRM. They have the best cold calling structure. They have the best door knocking skills. They have the best people in the world, but they can't pay their own bills. And it's frustrating to me because I know they're capable of doing it. But what's happened is they get by themselves or they talk to the wrong people and they think they need to build this Amazon type business today. Well, Amazon didn't wake up and look like it does today. It looks way different when he started, like any business does. So I want you to stop and just say, hey, I just need to make money. Stop trying to build a business. Just make money if you're in this phase. So I was like, very simple. How much money do you need to make? $32,000. Cool, right? Like he's behind. He's behind on rent. He's struggling. He's got massive skills. He's got a lot of people working with him, and he's struggling. So step back. What's my biggest problem today? What could take the relief? $32,000, done. Data, not drama, right? And I'm like, what revenue streams are you created that you know how it works? Well, I've done window washing, cool. Lighting, awesome. Pest control, and he's out door knocking, right? He has a whole team of door knockers, and he's door knocking. And I'm like, cool, tell me about the revenue in each one of those paths today. In the last 3 months, what did you make in pest control? Well, I made this. Cool. So how do you have a money problem if you made that? Oh, well, I only get a percentage now. Then I get another percentage in September, August, or whatever. And then I get the rest in January. Well, that's a problem because you can't make it to January if you starve to death and you go under. So pay attention to how your payment structure is set up. If it's wrong, you will rot. You will die on the vine. Don't do that. It's a timing thing. Okay, noted. That's where you're at. Window washing. How much did you make in window washing last year? Actually, I made $200,000 in 5 months in Ohio. Okay, well, that's pretty good, right? That's $40,000 a month. At 18 years old then, with a child, with one on the way. Why did we abandon this? I get it. It's not cool to tell a girl or your friends, hey man, I'm a window washer. You know what's cool though? Paying your bills on time, having money in the bank, and being able to take your girl out on a date. That's way cooler than what people think looks cool from the outside in. I could give two shits what you care, what you think I do, what if it's cool or not. By the way, owning a real business may look cool on the outside, but on the inside, it is not necessarily the funnest thing to do in the world, especially if you're not good at it. So I'm like, tell me about your lighting business. Because he started his lighting business this year, like November, December. He's like, dude, well, we're doing good. It's just right now, my average job is $4,500. I was at 20% profit margins, but I've tweaked a couple things. Now I'm at 30%. I'm like, awesome. What do you think if you only had this one option and you only focused on this one thing, what could you generate this year? Easily, he says, 2 to 3 million. So you're telling me you could easily generate 2 to 3 million if you're focused, which is net at 30% profit margin. Let's call it 600,000 for lower end. You're telling me at 19 years old, door knocking, installing lights on this particular product that he has and he's really good at, you could generate net $600,000. That's $50,000 a month. That's pretty good. And I'm like, dude, you have skills, but you have no money in the bank. By the way, I know lots of people like this, so I'm not picking on him in any way, shape, or form. I'm sharing his story to help you and everyone else if you know people in this situation, because this is a real problem I see all the time with all types of individuals, unfortunately. I was like, there's a couple passive revenue here. One, this pest control and eliminate it immediately because he has 10 people in that and they're all paid on performance. So it's like, dude, hey guys, we're shutting down this division. We're out. Who cares if they call you weak? Who cares if they say, dude, it's not making me money. It's actually taking money out of my pocket every day. By the way, it's not just dollars, it's opportunity cost. See, a lot of people don't focus on what the opportunity cost is because all his energy is being poured into something that's losing or barely making money and kicked down the road for many months versus something you'd take that same exact time and generate revenue today. That's called opportunity cost, right? So you got to look at this. You got to open up, eliminate immediately, shut it down. Like literally today, he's like, what's my action steps? Shut that down immediately, period. I don't need to talk about it anymore. And you have a skill set. You're a door knocking machine. You generated at 18 years old, $200,000 washing windows. Anybody can wash a window, right? Anybody that has, function of their body and all that. And how did you do it? I door knocked, I sold, and I executed. Cool. What's it cost to start up a window washing business, right? Window washing revenue stream, I should say. Well, you could do it for $50, Mark. But if you want to do like over the top, and I was like, cool. Do you need a special car? Nope. Do you need this? Nope. $50. You can start a business to generate $200,000 in 5 months. Think about that. And I was like, yo, if I was you, first of all, I said, do you have documented proof via tax records that you've done that? He said 100%. I was like, cool. If I was you, I would be teaching people for $297 or $100, whatever the number is. The value exchange is there. And I would, by the way, you're not selling a course, and I'll share that in a minute. You're actually selling money at a discount, massive amounts of money at a discount. If you understand what I'm saying, you get the game. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to teach it to you. Let's say $300. Go sell, because he needs $32,000. Let's call it 30 for easy mouth. Go sell 100 people, $300 product, and teach them how to generate $200,000 in 5 months. Now, folks, I want you to take a step back and think about this. There's people that spend 4 to 6 years of their life going to college, spending a 6 figures to do that, to go get a job to make $60,000 to $75,000 a year, even $100,000 a year would be amazing. For $300, he's going to show you how to go out, knock on doors, what your presentation is, what your offer is, how much to charge per window, etc., how to close and how to get the money for $300 to generate $200,000 in 5 months. Some of you listen to my voice are ready to buy it now. If I was trying to make $30,000 in a week, I would be trying to figure out how to sell 100 strategies like this, 100 sessions or courses for $300. $300 times 100 people is $30,000. Now, you could do that on social, because my next action step was for him to go online and say, hey, guys, if I could show you how to make $200,000 in 5 months, documented proof, and I don't care if you have a criminal record, I don't care if you dropped out of school, I don't care if you're, I don't care who you are. If you can walk and talk and do labor work, very easy labor work, by the way, washing windows. Not saying it's not hard, but it's not really hard, like digging ditches or, coal mining or contracting and construction. But it is washing windows. You're out in the heat and all that. First of all, I don't care about how hard you work or don't work. It's irrelevant. But if you want to learn, it's $300. And you get a lot of people to raise their hand. You don't even say the number yet. Just say, I'm looking to take some people under my wing and show them exactly how I did it. $100, $100, 100 people. That's all I'm trying to do. And you're like, $300? That's a lot of money. Okay, well, you're not my client. Because I can show you in 48 hours how to make $1,000. Now it starts getting interesting. You pay me $300 today at noon. And let's say if it's Wednesday at noon, and at Friday at noon, you would have generated $1,000. Because I'm going to show you exactly. I'm going to show you the fast track 48-hour, $1,000 profit structure. Yes, you have to wake up. Yes, you have to go knock on doors. Yes, you have to get uncomfortable. Yes, you have to overcome objection. Yes, you have to knock on another door. Yes, you have to do the work. But I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'll be there with you. Because we're going to do a 6-week challenge. A 6-week challenge. Week number 1, ideally first 2 days, show you how to make $1,000. If you can capture 100 people and a large percentage of them go out and do this and get results, guys, I want to be super clear here. Most people that are buying this type of product don't really have other options to go out and make real proper money. They might be slinging drugs or something like that. I'm not knocking. I'm not judging it. I'm just telling you the truth. They're looking for a better way, a safer way. They know they need to go on the right path, but they don't know what path they can go. They can't go get a job at Amazon. They can't go work at certain places because they have a criminal record possibly. Maybe they dropped out of school. This is an amazing path for anybody that's willing to show up and do the work to make $200,000 a year, or in his guy's case, 5 months. Even if you did half as good as he did over 12 months and made $100,000, that's an amazing income for the majority of the world. And they only pay $300 to learn how to do it. I'm telling you right now, if I'm in his shoes, I'm executing this immediately. It's in his wheelhouse. It's very easy for him to do. And now he has 100 plus people paying $300 for a 6-week sprint. And he hands them over, shows them exactly. It's called value exchange. If someone gives me $300, I show them how to 3X that in the first 48 hours. And I show them how to generate 200. I got undeniable proof. I did it. I know it's real. And what's cool about this model is it's a 70, 80%, if not more, net revenue. So the average business is like 15 to 22%. Meaning if I make $100,000, I only get to keep 15 or 22,000. In this particular case, if I make $100,000, I get to keep 80 to 90. It's pretty amazing. So that's a quick way. I know what I need. I need to make 30 grand. Cool. That's a path very quickly one could do in 30 days or less, selling a $300 course or training or business model, or in essence, it's like a business in a box. And he'll work with them for 6 weeks in a group effort where he'll show up. He'll provide the documentation. He'll provide how to show up to the door knock, how to canvas a market, etc. It's a no-brainer. And what's funny, he said something very funny to me. Mark, but a lot of people that follow me only probably have $10 in their bank account. I'm like, okay, well, that's not your client. I can't help. And again, I used to be this guy, so I talk very passionate about this. Broke people can't help broke people, period. I want to, but I can't. They're broke. Mentally and financially in that moment. If you can't figure out a way to generate $300, call mom, grandma, grandpa, blah, 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 blah. I can't help you. You don't want it bad enough. You don't have resourcefulness in your DNA, and you're going to need it. Because when you're door knocking, rejection, boom, sell, rejection, you're going to need this. This is a test to see if they even qualify. Oftentimes, the people that only have $10 and they figure out a way to get 300 and join, they're actually the ones that actually get the biggest results. Why? Because they have to. See, the thing is, most people try to well, give it to them for free. Free doesn't help them. It actually hurts them because they think it's easy. They're a handout community, not a hand-up community. You got to work your ass off to get this money and figure it out. I call it flat tire mentality. What that means is if you only had $10 in the bank and you're at home and you wake up because you ain't got a job, clearly if you only got $10 in the bank, and you're going to Taco Bell and you got to your car and it's got a flat and it costs $100 to fix, guess what? You 100% will find a way to get that tire fixed for $100. You'll find it. It's the mentality because it's important to you and you figure it out because you're resourceful in the moment. Put pressure in positive environments. $300 to learn how to make $200,000 in 5 months. I'm in and I will figure it out. I don't care if I have to donate blood, plasma, sperm. It doesn't matter. I'm in the game. I'm going to figure it out. Boom. Pops off 30 G's in the next 30 days. Just with that one stream. Very focused. By the way, he's already talking to these individuals because he hires door knockers. So he's already selling. He's already talking to these individuals. Not everyone's a good fit for what he does. Cool. You're not a good fit. However, do you want to make real money with me? Yes. Cool. Do you have $300? Yes. Cool. Buy this. Let me help you over the next 6 weeks. Done. It's like an hour or two a week. One to many. One to many. While he's doing that, he's also creating strategic alliances with other local businesses. HVAC, gutter, lawn care, tree service, anybody that touches a single family house. Why? Because he's door knocking on single family houses every day. That's how he builds his business. And while he's door knocking, they don't need lights. Well, Nancy, is there anything in this house that you need help with? Maybe they need a handyman. Cool. I know Joe the handyman. He's $100 an hour. You contact Joe. Joe, meet Nancy. Nancy, meet Joe. He charges her $1,000. He pays you a 10 or 20% commission. You're kind of a sales guy for him at that point. You just made $100 to $200 referring. Now, again, the caveat to this is make sure whoever you refer is reputable, going to do a good job, be responsive, and be respectful, and take care of the client because your name is on the line. And what this is known as is transferring relationship capital. So picture this. I'm walking down the driveway to sell you lighting. While I'm walking down the driveway, it could be a power washing needs on your driveway, on your walls. Maybe your gutter's hanging. Maybe your trees look like crap. Maybe your road looks like crap. Maybe your irrigation system's all messed up. Whatever. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Good. How are you? Well, I'm in the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. Like his whole pitch. So I'm not interested. Picture I got a tool pouch on. If I only show up and I don't have one tool in it, and they don't need what I have for that tool to solution, guess what? I ain't got no business. But if I have 25 tools in my belt, I have opportunity. Anybody that has a single family house or a condo or a house knows that there's always something wrong. I always need something. Nancy, I know you don't need lights right now and anything, but is there anything you need help with? Maybe HVAC, maybe plumbing, maybe gutters, maybe just basic hanging frame pictures on the wall, maybe washing windows, maybe some gutter cleaning, maybe that, I have all these connections. You do? Yes. I've been canvassing this market for 3 years. I work with lots of vendors, the good ones I know. Definitely, we all know the bad ones. We want to stay away from them. But my job would be to introduce you to the ones that you need help with. My job is to make your life easier. You become a value add. You make revenue on dead deals. You help other local business owners gain more business by you being a voice piece for them. You're a sales guy for them. Don't we all want more sales gals for free? Because by the way, you are free. You make money when the company makes money. That's a great value exchange for all parties involved. It's a win for the consumer. It's a win for you as a business owner. And it's a win for the business owner providing the service. Win, win, win. You can do that. I don't care what business you're in. We all can win together. So the point of the story is stop, reevaluate, and start with the outcome. What season are you in your life right now? I need money today. Well, I can't do a lot of work today if it pays a year from now, because I'm not going to be around from a year. I got to make money today. I'm not talking about building a business. I'm not talking about building a CRM. I'm not talking about HR hiring people. I'm not talking about all that bullshit building big stuff that I have to deal with where I'm at in my business. I'm talking about just the basics of making money. Shame on you if you're not making 2, 3, 4, or 500 grand a year. If you know what I know, and I'm sharing with you the playbook. There's so many ways to do it, but you got to show up. You got to knock on doors. You got to get spit at. You got to get told no. You got to get told rejection, 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 sell, rejection, rejection, sell. But guess what? Every time you do that, you learn. You learn what to say, what not to say, how to enter, how to exit the conversation, how to add value, how to provide value, etc. You can do it, but you got to do it. I can't do it for you. You can't outsource it. You must do the work. Too many of you are accelerating, outsourcing stuff you don't know how to outsource. You don't even know what you're outsourcing. You're just doing it, wasting money and time and energy. That's the biggest problem, your time and energy. You can't do all this shit. You're not Superman. You can't do 500 things at the same time. It's hard to do one good at the same time. I mean, look at Michael Jordan. He was the best basketball player in the world. He went to baseball. He shit the bed. Just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean you're great at everything. Trust me. What I'm sharing with you has cost me millions of dollars of heartache, missed opportunity galore because I was too scattered. Reevaluate where I'm at today. Stop trying to build something you don't need to build. I just need to create revenue. Creating revenue and building a business are two drastically different things in the moment. Yes, in business, you need to make money, but it looks different sometimes. And you have more time, more strategery, right? Strategery, you like it? Yes, team members. Right now, it's just you, consumer, execution. Get the money. I want you to be here tomorrow, next week, next year, 10 years from now, 100 years from now. But trust me, you're not going to be if you're not reevaluating where you're at constantly, paying attention to what's working and what's not. Cut the dogs. It's scary, but move forward. And remember this, simple scales, complexity fails. Most people are so complex with everything, they wonder why they're bleeding money everywhere and not making the revenue they should. It's because they've overcomplicated simplicity to look cool, to be cool. I get it. I've done the same thing. I've had many employees and I'm like, dude, what am I doing? I don't need them. I need half the staff. I can go further with fewer oftentimes than I can having all these people following, pushing, driving, exhausting my energies, firing, hiring. Stay focused. You got this. And get over to dealmakerdocumentary.com. I don't care if it's April 24th before or after. Get there. I'll hook you up for a free ticket. Enjoy it. Let me know what you think. And if the show made an impact, share it. Tag me at Mark Evans DM. Thinking about you. So with that said, make today count. Peace.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans DM. Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.